key turns in the lock, a door creaks open, and Michael steps into a home that no longer feels his. The scent of jasmine candles lingers, but the warmth is gone. Upstairs, a phone call shatters his world, a whispered betrayal by the woman he trusted most. He's clueless, she laughs, plotting to take everything. His money, his children, his life. But Michael isn't the man she thinks. Behind his calm facade, a storm brews. Every lie she tells, every secret she hides, becomes a weapon in his hands. As the truth unravels, affairs, deception, a devastating discovery about his children, Michael plays a dangerous game. Will he destroy her, or will the cost of vengeance break him first? In a tale of loyalty tested and bonds redefined, one question burns. When trust crumbles, what's left to fight for? Dive into a story where every choice has consequences, and the heart battles the mind for control. Michael grabbed his overnight bag and briefcase, striding down the cobblestone path toward the front door. He unlocked it softly, aiming to catch them off guard. The familiar scent of jasmine candles wafted through the air, Sophia's evening ritual. Upstairs, music pulsed, not her usual classical melody, but a modern track with a driving bass line. He set his bags in the entryway and called out for Sophia. No response. The music thumped on. Michael climbed the stairs, his fingers brushing the polished oak banister. The master bedroom door was slightly ajar, a warm glow spilling into the hall. He nudged it open, ready to announce his early return, but froze when he heard Sophia's voice, not meant for him. "He's so predictable," she said. Michael halted, one foot in the room. Sophia sat on their bed, her back to him, phone pressed to her ear, oblivious to his presence. Her laugh, light but edged with something sharp, filled the space. "A walking ATM," she said. "David, love, just wait. Once the divorce is final, I'll be free, and we'll have it all." The words hit like a blow. His chest tightened, but he stayed silent, years of managing emotions and business kicking in. Instead of bursting in, he retreated into the hallway's shadows. Through a crack in the closet door, he caught Sophia's reflection in the mirror, twirling her hair, smirking. "Yeah, I've been planning this. My lawyer says I'll get half of everything, including his tech stocks." Another laugh. "No, he's clueless. Too buried in his laptops to see what's right under his nose." Michael's pulse steadied, his mind sharpening. Her words were data points to store, not destroy him. "The kids will adapt. They hardly see him anyway, always working. You're way more fun." That was a lie. Michael prioritized the kids, homework, soccer games, science fairs. Sophia was the one skipping their events with flimsy excuses. "Next week I'll serve him the papers, then it's just time." Michael backed away silently, grabbed his bags and slipped out, ensuring the door didn't click. In his car he sat, processing. The betrayal wasn't just the affair, it was the calculated lies, the months of scheming. She wanted his money and the kids. He drove aimlessly for an hour, then returned, ready to play the part. He'd kiss Sophia, hug the kids, act normal. No one would suspect he'd overheard. An hour later, Michael walked in. "I'm home," he called. Sophia appeared at the top of the stairs, wearing a new dress, her smile as polished as ever. But Michael saw its hollowness now. "Back early?" she asked, descending to greet him. "Meeting wrapped up fast," he replied, accepting her kiss, feeling nothing. Lucas ran down the hall, leaping into Michael's arms. "Miss me, kiddo?" "Big time. Mom said we could get burgers tonight. Can we?" Lucas asked. "Absolutely," Michael said, setting him down. Then Emma appeared, quieter but glad to see him. "Hey, Dad, how was the trip?" "Productive," he said, hugging her. She was growing fast, nearly as tall as Sophia. "How's your coding project?" "Almost done. Can you check it later?" Emma asked. "Definitely," he answered. At dinner, Michael kept up the facade, laughing on cue, asking about their days, ignoring Sophia's constant phone glances. He studied her, this stranger posing as his wife, wondering how he'd missed the signs. After the kids were in bed, He retreated to his study. He opened his laptop but didn't work. Instead, he began strategizing. If Sophia wanted a fight, he'd give her one, but on his terms. He typed names, dates, accounts, assets, preparing, not reacting. Each keystroke was deliberate, fueled by cold resolve, no anger. For a week, Michael played the role of devoted husband and father, going to work, helping with homework, sleeping beside Sophia like nothing was wrong. Behind the scenes, he met his lawyer, James, under the guise of revising his will, tracked expenses, and secured key assets. On the 8th day, it happened. Michael sat at the kitchen table, sipping coffee, scrolling news on his tablet. Emma and Lucas were upstairs, Emma helping Lucas with a school project. The house was quiet, save for the ticking of a wall clock. Sophia entered, dressed sharply in a silk blouse and tailored slacks, makeup flawless despite the early hour. She held a manila envelope. "We need to talk," she said, her voice steady but tense. Michael looked up, face neutral. "About what?" She sat across from him, placing the envelope down, tapping it twice. "This isn't working, Michael." "What's not working?" He sipped his coffee, watching her. "Us, our marriage." She pushed the envelope toward him. "These are divorce papers. I've consulted a lawyer." Michael set his mug down, opened the envelope and scanned the first page calmly. His mind raced, analyzing her timing. Sunday morning, kids occupied, clever. She was dressed for a confrontation, expecting tears or rage. "How long?" he asked, voice even. "What?" Sophia faltered, caught off guard. "How long have you been planning this?" She shifted. "Does it matter? It's over. We both know it." Michael nodded, pulling out a pen, the one she gave him for their 10th anniversary. He signed and initialed without hesitation. "Done," he said, sliding the papers back. "Anything else?" Sophia stared, confused. "That's it? No argument? No pleading? You want out? You're out," Michael said, leaning back. Her confidence wavered, then her smirk returned. "My lawyer will handle the kids and assets." "Naturally." Michael stood, grabbing his tablet and mug. "You're moving out tomorrow, right?" "Yeah," she said, pausing. "You want to tell the kids, or should I?" "Together," Michael replied. "Tonight?" She nodded. He turned to the sink, rinsing his mug, hearing her huff in frustration at his composure. Her heels clicked as she left. He gripped the sink, letting a flicker of raw emotion surface before burying it. The real battle was just beginning. That night, they gathered the kids in the living room. Emma sat curled in an armchair. Lucas sprawled on the rug, both eyeing their parents warily. Sophia spoke first. "Your dad and I have something to tell you." Lucas looked up. "Are we getting a puppy?" "No, buddy," Michael said. "Your mom and I are separating. She's moving out tomorrow." Silence fell. Emma's expression hardened, her gaze flicking between them. Lucas frowned. "Like a divorce?" "Yes," Sophia said. "Sometimes grown-ups are better apart." "Why?" Lucas asked, voice trembling. "Did Dad mess up?" Sophia started to speak, but Michael cut in. "No one messed up. People change. Your mom wants something different, and that's okay." Sophia's eyes flashed with irritation. She hadn't expected him to frame it that way. "We have to move?" Emma asked, voice flat. "No," Michael reassured her. "You'll stay here with me. Your mom will visit, and sometimes you'll stay with her." "But I don't want Mom to leave." Lucas's face crumpled as he ran to Sophia, wrapping his arms around her. "Please don't go." Sophia stroked his hair, murmuring comforts, glancing at Michael as if Lucas's distress proved her point. Emma stayed still, her calmness unsettling for her age. "I'm going to my room," she said, voice flat. "Emma, wait!" Sophia began. "Let her go," Michael interrupted. "She needs time." After Lucas calmed down and went to his room, Michael and Sophia were alone. "That went as well as it could," Sophia said, adjusting her blouse. "They'll adjust," Michael replied, echoing her earlier words, unnoticed by her. "Kids bounce back. I'll be here tomorrow around noon to get my stuff. Movers are coming." Michael nodded. "I'll be at work. Take what's yours. The lawyer will handle the rest." Sophia turned to head upstairs, but paused. For what it's worth, I did love you once. Michael met her gaze. I know. She waited for more, but when none came, she went upstairs. Michael stayed in the living room, listening to the house, Lucas crying softly, Emma's door shut. He closed his eyes briefly, then went to comfort his son. The next day, Michael went to work as usual. He shut his office door, ignored calls, and dove into code. Numbers were predictable, soothing. People, especially Sophia, were not. That night, her closet was empty, her vanity bare, perfume, jewelry, shoes, all gone. The kids' artwork and family photos remained, remnants of the life he'd built. Emma was at her desk, books open, pencil moving. You okay? Michael asked from the doorway. She didn't look up. Fine. Want to talk? Not really. Her pencil paused. Is she living with him? Michael froze. With who? Emma met his eyes. David from the gym, the guy she's always texting. You knew? Michael asked, a chill settling in. Yeah, I'm not blind. She's not subtle. Emma returned to her homework. You deserve better. Michael crossed the room, placing a hand on her shoulder. She leaned into it slightly, a small sign she wasn't as fine as she seemed. We'll be okay, he promised. I know, she said, offering a faint smile. You always have a plan. Later, after checking on Lucas, who'd cried himself to sleep, Michael returned to his study. He opened a new document and typed, David Carter, gym owner, mid-30s, affair with Sophia. Duration, unclear. It was a start, and Michael excelled at building from scratch. 2 weeks passed in a new rhythm. Michael dropped the kids off at school, picked them up, cooked, helped with homework, and tucked Lucas in. Sophia called occasionally, her voice saccharine over the phone. On weekends, she took the kids to arcades, movies, or malls, returning them with new toys and clothes, buying their affection, Michael thought. But he held his tongue. Meanwhile, he dug deeper. He joined David's gym, paying a year up front. The place was sleek, glass walls, polished equipment. David was often there, charming clients. Michael stayed low-key, visiting early when it was quiet, observing. On day 3, he chatted with the receptionist. Nice setup, he said, signing in. About 5 years old, she replied. David built it from the ground up. It's a hit. Impressive, he must be sharp. She leaned in. Off the record, he had help. His girlfriend chipped in some cash. She's loaded. Michael raised an eyebrow. Lucky guy. They've been together almost 3 years. 3 years. The words landed like a hammer. Emma was 11 then, Lucas 7. 3 years of deception. You know her? He asked, keeping it casual. Sophia? Yeah, she's here a lot. Stunning, always put together. Michael nodded, face blank. Thanks for the chat. Have a good one. He walked away, mind racing. 3 years wasn't just an affair, it was a double life. Over the next week, he pieced more together. He befriended a chatty trainer, eavesdropped in the locker room, and scoured social media. Sophia's profiles were pristine, but David's were careless. Photos of them at dinners, parties, a beach getaway, all while she'd claimed to be elsewhere. Then a trainer's offhand remark sent Michael deeper. Before David, she was with some tech investor. What was his name? Soon, he uncovered 2 other affairs, a traveling businessman and a local sculptor. Sophia had passed those off as art gallery visits. Michael cataloged it all, names, dates, places. He held off confronting her, waiting for more ammunition. He was building a fortress. 3 weeks after the divorce papers, a suspicion crystallized in the dead of night. The next morning, Michael called in sick, dropped the kids at school, and drove to a medical clinic. I need paternity tests, he told the receptionist, for 2 kids. She handed him forms, unfazed. You'll need DNA from all parties. I've got their toothbrushes. That work? Yes. And the mother? Not needed, just the kids. Her expression softened. Results take a week. Rush it, Michael said, sliding his credit card. Please. 5 days later, an email hit his secure inbox. In his study, Michael stared at the screen, knowing this could upend everything. He clicked. The jargon was dense, but the verdict was stark. 0% probability of paternity for both kids. He leaned back, the room tilting. Neither Emma nor Lucas was his biologically. 14 years of fatherhood, a lie. He paced, grappling with it. The kids he'd raised, loved, taught, they weren't his by blood. Their real fathers could be anyone. Maybe men Sophia never mentioned. Did it matter? He stopped. Did it change the bedtime stories, teaching Emma to code, cheering Lucas at soccer? No, they were his kids. But Sophia had stolen the truth. That night, helping Lucas with math and listening to Emma's day, he studied their faces, searching for clues he might have missed. He saw only the kids he loved. He wouldn't tell them, not now, maybe never. But Sophia would know he knew, and she'd pay for every lie. He tucked the results into an envelope in his briefcase. "Game on," he whispered to the empty room. The restaurant's extravagance was stifling. Crisp white tablecloths, glittering chandeliers, a mask for the hollow smiles inside. Michael stood at the bar, eyes fixed on Sophia and David in the corner. Her laugh rang out, forced. David's hand rested possessively on hers, staking his claim. She wore a lavish dress, David's arm draped around her like she was his prize. Michael adjusted his tie, gripping the envelope. His weapon, honed for months. He'd waited for this. His steps were slow, deliberate on the plush carpet as he approached. Sophia saw him first, her laugh dying, face paling. David's eyes narrowed, his grin smug, expecting this clash, but a flicker of irritation betrayed him. Michael stood before them, too calm, voice low with icy courtesy. "Hello, Sophia." She straightened, masking her shock. "Michael," she said, voice overly sweet. "What a surprise." "No surprise," Michael replied smoothly, eyeing David. "So, this is David. I've heard plenty." David's grip tightened on Sophia's wrist, jaw flexing. He leaned forward, voice laced with false civility. "Look, man, I know this is awkward, but..." Michael raised a hand. "Not awkward at all." His gaze pierced David. "I'm here to congratulate you both." Sophia blinked, confused. "Congratulate us?" she asked warily. "On your freedom," Michael said, his smile sharp. He placed the envelope between them with a deliberate thud. A gift for the occasion. Sophia glanced from David to Michael, her lips twitching between a smirk and unease. "That's civil of you." "Closure," Michael said, stepping back. "I'm a fan." He gave them a final look, then turned, his pace controlled. Near the coat check, he paused, glancing back to watch the scene unfold. Sophia opened the envelope cautiously, her hands trembling as realization hit. Her face drained of color as she passed the papers to David, who scanned them quickly. The room's murmur faded, eyes turning their way. David's face darkened, and he stood abruptly, voice sharp. "You said they were his," he spat. Sophia flinched. "I thought they were," she stammered, grasping for words. Michael stepped closer, his presence heavy. His whisper cut deep. "No, you knew, or suspected. You played your game, and now you feel the weight." The words hung, venomous. "The truth catches up, Sophia. Everything you thought was yours is slipping away." The room fell silent, staff frozen, unsure whether to intervene. Sophia clutched the papers, hissing, "You can't prove this. It could be fake." Michael didn't flinch. "The lab's legit. Verify it if you want, but you know the truth." He leaned closer. "Perfect timing, isn't it? Your fling with that investor when Emma was conceived, and that sculptor for Lucas." David's face twisted with betrayal. "You said I was the only one," he shouted. "Just me before this guy." He jabbed a thumb at Michael. "Shut up, David." Sophia muttered, but it was too late. David threw his napkin down, the sound sharp. "We're done," he snapped. "Don't bother." Michael tilted his head, savoring the chaos. "The divorce settlement will be fun, won't it?" David glared but stormed off without a word. Michael's eyes lingered on Sophia, her face a mix of regret and fear. "Good luck," he said, voice mockingly sweet. He walked out, her desperate voice fading behind him. Outside, the night air was crisp. For the first time since uncovering Sophia's betrayal, Michael felt a spark of satisfaction. His phone buzzed. His lawyer, James. Papers filed. Court next week. Michael typed back, "Proceed." He walked to his car, city lights blurring. Phase 1 done. Phase 2 awaited. The next morning, Michael sat with Emma and Lucas at breakfast, their plates barely touched. Pancakes for Lucas, avocado toast for Emma. "Your mom called," Michael said after a heavy silence. "She's not taking you this weekend." Lucas poked his pancakes. "Is she okay?" "She's dealing with some things," Michael said. Emma's eyes were sharp. "What did you do?" Michael met her gaze. "Why assume I did anything?" "Mom's been weirder than usual, and you're all calm, like when you're solving a big bug in your code." Emma set her fork down. "What's going on?" Michael chose his words. "Your mom and I are navigating the divorce differently. I'm just being strategic." "You're getting back at her," Emma said flatly. "No, I'm ensuring fairness." "It's about David, right?" Lucas piped up. Michael and Emma turned to him. "You know about David?" Michael asked. Lucas shrugged. "Mom's always texting him. We met him for ice cream once. He's got tattoos." Michael kept his anger in check. "Yeah, it's about David and other stuff between your mom and me. But you two don't need to worry about adult problems." "We're not kids, Dad," Emma said, irritated. "I know," Michael replied. "But this is between us." He stood, grabbing his mug. "Finish up. Bussin' 20. In his study, city sounds filtering through the window, Michael ignored a call from Sophia, letting it go to voicemail. Her message was raw. "You think you're clever? David won't even talk to me now. Is that your goal? To ruin me?" He deleted it, unmoved. She'd made her choices. Later, an unknown number called. Against his instinct, he answered. "Speaking?" "David Carter," came the tense voice. "We need to talk." Michael closed his study door. "I'm listening." "I'm done with whatever you and Sophia are playing. Are the kids mine?" Michael paused, choosing words carefully. "I don't know. Tests say they're not mine. You'll need your own if you want answers." A frustrated sigh. "What a mess." "Surprised?" Michael said, almost amused. "I didn't know about the other guys," David said, defensive. "Or that the kids might not be yours. She said you two were done emotionally." Michael let him ramble, relishing the control. "I'm out," David said finally. "I've got my own problems. An audit, questions about gym investors. I don't need this." Michael smirked. His anonymous tip had worked. "Hope it sorts out." "Just know I'm not your enemy," David said, hanging up. Michael leaned back. David's exit left Sophia exposed, perfect for the next phase. At James's office, rain streaked the Seattle skyline. "Everything's on track," James said, sliding a folder over. "Judge Harmon's tough but fair. The paternity fraud bolsters our case." Michael skimmed the papers. "Financials?" "Solid. The prenup's infidelity clauses are clear, and she signed the divorce agreement without review. She's got no claim to your assets. We could countersue." "I don't want to ruin her," Michael said. "Just ensure she doesn't profit from lies." James nodded. "Soft touch, huh? Her lawyer wants a meeting. They'll push to renegotiate. Let them try." 2 days later, Michael faced Sophia and her lawyer, Caitlin, in a conference room. Sophia looked worn. "This agreement's unfair," Caitlin said, tapping the papers. "She signed under duress, no counsel." James raised an eyebrow. "She had 2 weeks to review and consult. She knew what she signed." "She was emotional," Caitlin countered. "She planned this for months," Michael said calmly. "Phone records show calls to divorce lawyers for nearly a year. Not exactly blindsided." Sophia's eyes widened. "You checked my phone?" "Everything," Michael said. "Affairs, plans, lies, all documented." Caitlin touched Sophia's arm. "Mr. Hayes, be reasonable. You're leaving her with nothing." "Not nothing," Michael said. "She keeps what she brought in, plus her assets. The kids aren't mine biologically, but I'll support them and want primary custody. That's fair," Sophia snapped. "You can't take my house, my car, my life." "I'm not taking," Michael said. "I'm not giving what's mine." "You gambled, Sophia. You lost." "Revenge," she hissed. "Consequences," he said coldly. The meeting stalled, but Michael held the upper hand. Court was next week. That weekend, with the kids at a sleepover, he changed the house locks and restricted Sophia's access to joint accounts, per the divorce filing. Monday, Sophia's calls started at 8 a.m. "You froze the accounts. How do I live?" He deleted the frantic voicemail. Another came. "The cards are dead. You can't do this." Ignored. By Wednesday, her tone softened. "Michael, please, can we talk?" He didn't respond. Thursday's court date loomed under Seattle's gray sky. Sophia and Caitlin were there, Sophia thinner in a navy suit. Judge Harmon, a stern woman in her 60s, heard James present the affairs, paternity fraud, and signed agreements. Caitlin painted Sophia as a victim, but the evidence was ironclad. "Mrs. Hayes," Harmon said, "did you read the agreement before signing?" Sophia hesitated. "I skimmed it. I was upset." "Did Mr. Hayes block you from legal counsel?" "No." "Did you understand the terms?" "Yes, but I didn't realize." "The court doesn't protect bad decisions," Harmon cut in. "The agreements are binding. Infidelity clauses hold. Paternity fraud is troubling." Sophia paled. "Mrs. Hayes keeps her assets. Mr. Hayes retains all else, including the home. Child support awaits further paternity tests if Mrs. Hayes pursues." The gavel fell. Sophia sat stunned. Outside, she grabbed Michael's arm. "You've ruined me," she whispered, tears brimming. "I have nothing." "You have your freedom," Michael said, pulling free. "Where do I go? The kids?" "Try David." "Oh, wait, his own mess." Her eyes widened. "The audit? You?" Michael smiled. "Good day, Sophia." He walked away. His phone rang. "David." "You reported me to the financial board," David growled. "No idea what you mean," Michael said coolly. "They froze my accounts," David roared. "Tough. Like finding out the kids aren't mine." Silence. Then David, voice tight. "She's at my place." "Figured," Michael said. "I can't keep her with this audit. She's out." "Your problem," Michael said. David hung up. Michael sat in his quiet living room, whiskey in hand, rain blurring the skyline. Sophia was broken. David done. It didn't feel like victory. The next evening, Michael knocked on Emma's door. "Got a minute?" She set her book down. "Sure. About Mom?" "She's struggling. Court hit her hard." Emma didn't look up. "I'm not dumb, Dad. I can Google." Michael smiled. "Too smart for your own good. So I took the money." "Yours, not hers," Emma said. "Is this where I'm supposed to pity her?" "No, just want to know how you feel." She called, crying, said she might leave to start over, asked if I'd go. Michael's heart caught. "And?" I said no. Emma's eyes were steel. "She lied to us. She doesn't get us." "She's still your mom," Michael said. "Not like that," Emma snapped. "She called me ungrateful, but you're the one who's always there." Michael took her hand. "Love's not earned. It just is." "I chose you," Emma said, returning to her book. Michael nodded. "Dinner soon." Lucas was tougher. At 10, emotions hit him hard. Michael found him gaming in the den. "Hey, bud, pause it." Lucas groaned but complied. "What?" "Your mom might stop by tomorrow." Lucas's face lit up, then fell. "Taking us this weekend?" "No, she's got stuff going on." "Because you took her money?" "Who said that?" "Mom texted. Said you're mean, won't let her have a place." Michael sat. "Not quite. We made a deal and the judge enforced it." "She's poor now?" "Not poor, just tighter. Because of her boyfriend." "It's complex. Adults say that to avoid explaining," Lucas said, arms crossed. "I'm not a baby." Michael smiled. "You're not. Your mom made choices that hurt us. Now she's got less. Will she be okay? She'll work harder, live simpler. But yeah, she'll manage. Can I still see her?" "Of course. She's your mom." "Do you love her?" Michael paused. Love had died with her betrayal. "I care about her as your mom," he said. "But sometimes love fades. Doesn't mean we stop caring." Lucas nodded. "Can I play?" 5 minutes, then homework." "Glad I'm with you," Lucas said. Michael ruffled his hair, throat tight. Me too, bud. Morning brought an early doorbell. Michael opened it to Sophia, no makeup, in jeans and a sweater, hair tied back. The kids are asleep, he said flatly. Not here for them yet, she said, nervous. Can I come in? He stepped aside. Sure. Sophia glanced around. You kept it the same. Kids need stability. They moved to the kitchen. Coffee? He offered. No thanks. She sat, hands clasped. It's about the kids. Michael leaned on the counter. Go on. David kicked me out. I'm broke. Cards maxed. Savings gone. I can't afford a place. I need help, Michael. He sipped his coffee. What do you want? A loan, just to get by. Her eyes pleaded. For the kids. Court was clear on finances, Michael said. Forget the court, she snapped, then softened. This is family. The family you left for David and others, Michael said. She flinched. I messed up, but I'm their mom. You are. I'll cover a small apartment for 6 months. Not for you, for the kids' visits. Relief flooded her face. Thank you. Conditions, Michael added. Lease in my name. You get a job, any job, for food and utilities. Stick to visitation. Her relief dimmed. You don't trust me. Would you? She looked away. No. She stood. Can I see them? They'll be up soon. Wait in the living room. She paused. I'm sorry, Michael, for everything, not just getting caught. He didn't reply. Her words were hollow against her actions. Emma came down first, her face hardening at Sophia. Why are you here? She asked coldly. Sophia stepped forward. I missed you, sweetie. Emma stepped back. Really? No calls all week? I've been dealing with stuff. Dad said you're broke because you lied and cheated, Emma said. Sophia glared at Michael. It's not that simple. It is, Emma said. You had affairs, lied, wanted Dad's money. Now you're stuck. Emma, I'm your mother. Are you? Mothers don't do that. Emma crossed her arms. I'm not going with you ever. Sophia paled. You don't mean that. I do. I heard you call Dad a walking ATM. Emma's voice dropped. I hate you. She ran upstairs, door slamming. Sophia stood, tears falling. Michael spoke softly. She's hurt. She'll come around. Will she, or will you ensure she doesn't? I've never badmouthed you to them, Michael said. Your actions do that, Sophia said, turning to leave. Tell Lucas I stopped by. I'll call about the apartment. I'll have the realtor reach out, Michael said. At the door, Sophia paused. You broke me, Michael. Happy now? It's not about happiness, he said. It's consequences. For betrayal, lies, using me for 15 years, making me believe those kids were mine. Sophia looked away. I wasn't sure, but you suspected and said nothing. He opened the door. Goodbye, Sophia. She left, shoulders hunched against the chill. The custody hearing was swift. With the paternity tests and Sophia's situation, the judge granted Michael primary custody, Sophia weekend visits. Emma refused to see her. Outside the courthouse, Sophia looked defeated. Michael almost felt pity, then recalled her scheming. Let's go home, he told Emma and Lucas. 6 months later, Michael cooked while Emma set the table and Lucas fed their new puppy, Max. Can Max have chicken? Lucas asked. A tiny piece, Michael said. Don't make it a habit. The doorbell rang. Michael, focused on cooking, didn't look up. I'll get it, Emma said, setting down a plate. Michael stirred, half listening, until Emma's sharp voice cut through. What are you doing here? Sophia's voice was strained. I need to see your dad. Michael turned off the stove. Lucas, take Max upstairs. Lucas nodded and left. Michael approached the entryway, curious. Sophia stood soaked, hair plastered from the rain. It's pouring, she muttered. You're drenched, Michael said, walked from the bus stop. No umbrella? He snapped. Just strolled through a storm? She hesitated. No, I lost my job. The cafe closed. Michael's jaw tightened. What's the real story? Sophia wiped a tear, her laugh bitter. I've applied everywhere. Who hires a woman with 15 years of housework on her resume? He stayed silent, her words heavy. My lease ends next week, she continued, voice breaking. I can't renew it. Let me see them, please. They have a schedule, Michael said. You know it. Not anymore, she said, voice cracking. Emma won't talk to me. Lucas is fading from my life. I'm losing them. Michael crossed his arms, tone cold. What do you expect from me? No pity parties here. Her face crumpled. I've made mistakes, but I'm begging for a chance to fix it. You made your bed, Sophia, he said, voice icy. She stepped closer, desperate. I can't do this alone, with nothing. This isn't charity, Michael said. I've done my part. You think I owe you forgiveness? I don't. You're enjoying this, she whispered, trembling, watching me break. No, Michael said, eyes narrowing. I'm done being your lifeline. I'm not your savior. Silence hung. He moved to the door. Dinner's waiting. We're done. I've got nowhere, she said, voice hollow. No job, no money. Figure it out. Call David or your other guys. I'm not your fix. Sophia flinched. I deserve that, but please help me. Michael studied her, unyielding. Then, 1 more month. That's it. Relief washed over her. Thank you, she breathed. Don't thank me. Use it wisely. He opened the door. Goodbye, Sophia. She walked into the rain. Michael shut the door and returned to his family. That night, in his study, Michael stared out at the rain-soaked city. Sophia's plea shook him, not with guilt, but with the emptiness of his victory. Revenge worked, but it felt hollow. His phone buzzed. Laura, the journalist he'd met at a tech conference. Coffee tomorrow? He smiled, replying, yes. Sophia wasn't his burden anymore. She'd made her choices, and he was making his. Dad, my blue notebook, Emma called. Living room bookshelf, Michael replied. Got it, thanks. 8 months later, the house felt lighter. Michael, with the kids' input, had redecorated. Fresh paint, new vibe. Max bounded into the kitchen. Michael scratched his ears. No treats yet. Can Max come to my soccer game? Lucas asked, slinging his backpack. If dogs are allowed, Michael said, closing his laptop. Ready for school? Almost. Mom call about Saturday? She texted, excited to see you. Sophia had a steady job at an insurance firm, modest but enough for a small apartment. Lucas resumed visits. Emma still refused. Cool. I want her to see my robot arm project, Lucas said. She'll love it. Michael checked his watch. Bus in 10. Grab your lunch. Lucas dashed off. Emma descended, notebook in hand, headphones around her neck. At 15, she carried a quiet intensity. Ready? Michael asked. She nodded. Coding clubs today, might be late. Text me, I'll pick you up. Lisa's mom can drive me. We're working on a project. Michael smiled. Fine, but home for dinner. Laura's coming. Emma grinned. She's cool, smart. She is, Michael said, warmth spreading at Emma's approval. Laura had become more than a friend. Sharp, kind, a steady presence. She's helping with my investigative project, Emma added. Knows great research tricks. She'll love that. Michael handed her lunch. Bus, go. The kids rushed out, Max trailing until Michael called him back. He watched them join friends at the bus stop, Emma chatting with Lisa, Lucas play fighting with a buddy. Normal, healing. His phone buzzed. Laura. Tonight, bring anything? He replied. Just you. Kids can't wait. Michael went through his morning, letting Max out, cleaning breakfast dishes, prepping for a remote workday. His company allowed 3 days at home, and his desk, surrounded by family photos and kids' art, felt like a sanctuary. He dove into a security system project for a bank, losing himself in the logic. His phone buzzed, a familiar number, rare now. Sophia. Need to talk, urgent. Call when you can. Michael hesitated but dialed. Sophia, what's urgent? Thanks for calling, she said, voice steady. I got a job offer, a good one, international insurance firm, in Chicago. When would you start? Next month if I take it. Big raise, real advancement. And you're calling because? The kids, she said softly. I want them to visit me in Chicago, regular trips. I know the custody agreement keeps them in Seattle, but I'm asking for your help with travel. Michael considered it. Chicago meant fewer visits, but a cleaner break, space to heal. Lucas will miss you, he said. I know. I'd fly back often, and they could visit during breaks if you're okay with it. Her voice was genuine, no manipulation. And Emma? I don't expect her to come, but my door's open. Michael nodded. I'll think about it. Talk to the kids. If they're open, I won't block it. Thank you, she said, relieved. I'm trying, Michael, to rebuild, be better. I see that. She'd stayed sober, kept her job, never missed a visit. Small, real steps. One more thing, she added. David wrote me. Michael tensed. What did he want? To apologize. He's in Arizona, working as a trainer. That audit was a wake-up call. He's clean now. Good for him. He said you were right to do what you did. We deserved it. She paused. He wasn't wrong. Michael didn't know how to respond. Anyway, just wanted you to know about Chicago, she said. I'm trying to be someone the kids might respect again. I hope you do, Michael said, meaning it for the kids' sake. I'll update you on the job, she said. Thanks for listening. After the call, Michael sat, processing. Chicago could be the distance they all needed. The day passed with work and chores. By dinner, the house smelled of roasted chicken. Emma arrived, buzzing about her project. Lucas followed, muddy from soccer, grinning. The doorbell rang as Michael set the table. I'll get it, Lucas shouted, Max at his heels. Laura stepped in, greeting Lucas and Max. Tall, fit, with curly dark hair and sharp eyes, she held a bakery box, fending off Max's jumps. Easy, boy, she laughed. Cakes for dessert. Cake? Lucas's eyes widened. Chocolate raspberry, your favorite. She handed the box to Michael, who kissed her lightly. Hey, you, he said, smiling. Emma appeared. You're helping with my project, right? I've been researching interviews. Definitely, Laura said. I brought some question frameworks. Dinner was lively. Talk of school, work, weekend plans. Michael watched Emma soak up Laura's knowledge, Lucas basking in her playfulness. It felt right, a new normal. On the back porch, stars above, Max dozing at their feet, Michael broke the silence. Sophia called. She might take a job in Chicago. Laura looked at him. How do you feel? Relieved. It's a clean break. More space for us. He took her hand. For what's next? And what's that, Michael Hayes? She teased, fingers lacing with his. He smiled softly. Still figuring it out. But I know who I want beside me. Laura grinned. Good answer. The stars shone, steady. Michael wasn't the man frozen in that doorway, broken by Sophia's betrayal. That man was cold, hardened. This one was softer, shaped but not ruled by the past. The kids bore scars but grew stronger. Emma's sharp mind, Lucas's optimism. Laura brought something new, a reminder that life offered more than old wounds. Moving forward wasn't just leaving behind. It was building anew. Penny for your thoughts, Laura said, nudging him. Michael squeezed her hand. Life's funny. It drags you through hell, but sometimes it lands you right where you're meant to be. Poetic, she teased, and true. They sat in silence, the night deepening, the future brimming with possibility.